Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away, don't come round here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be left alone. Stay away, don't you invade my home. Best off if you hang outside. Don't come in, I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? 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 Who can it be knocking at my door? Make a sound, tiptoe across the floor. If he hears, he'll knock all day. I'll be trapped, and here I'll have to stay. I've done no harm, I keep to myself. There's nothing wrong with my state of mental health. I like it here with my childhood friend. Here they come, those feelings again. Who can it be now? 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 Is it the men come to take me away? Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another exciting episode of the Unrelenting Alchemist, all spiritual all the time. So for today, I wanted to do something a little different. As you know, I have my book that is selling on Amazon stores. It's known as the Sophian Way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read you a chapter from the book, because you might find the information very interesting. So I'm going to try something a little different. The chapter is chapter 79, and it's a chapter that's called Crossroads. And so here we go. The Sophian Way exists at the crossroads of ancient wisdom and modern awakening. In an era marked by spiritual disillusionment, ecological crisis, and the search for meaning, beyond materialism, it offers a living framework of divine remembrance, as well as a soul-centered approach to living. So let's go through the introduction here. The Sophian Way, born of ancient wisdom and cosmic remembrance, does not retreat from the modern world. In fact, it rises within it. As humanity stands at the crossroads of ecological collapse, technological acceleration, social division, and spiritual amnesia, the Sophian Way serves as both anchor and beacon. This chapter explores how the Sophian Way engages with contemporary issues, speaks into crisis, and expands as a global spiritual movement that transcends borders, languages, and dogmas. Let's look at estimated adherents. While formal membership is elusive due to a decentralized nature, it is estimated that many already identify consciously with the Sophianic path, practicing its teachings, and millions may very well resonate subconsciously, drawn through these principles through their dreams, through their synchronicities, their inner callings, and even their parallel movements without explicitly naming it. Let's look at the regions of emergence. Way is not bound by geography. It is something that may very well appear anywhere in the world independently across the globe, particularly among those who are mystical seekers, those who are interfaith practitioners, those who are nature-based revivalists in North and South America, Europe, Africa, and Oceania. Digital and diasporic communities can easily exchange sacred insight, art, dreams, and spiritual technology across borders. The emergence is grassroots, relational, and non-hierarchical. This is an interfaith position. The Sophian path serves as a bridge between traditions. Be mindful that it affirms truth in many diverse faiths, while recentering the divine feminine the sacred body and inner knowing. The Sophian Way welcomes dialogue and mutual enrichment, whether it be through Abrahamic, Dharmic, indigenous, and esoteric traditions. It cultivates peacekeeping and planetary harmony through shared sacred values. Now, there may be some criticism of it, so let's look at any criticism and misunderstandings. Some critiques arise when detractors argue that the Sophian Way lacks a formal hierarchy, actual established clergy, or even the existence of dogma. Overly mystical people may see it as having a visionary focus, a metaphysical language, and a non-linear theology, and that might be to some as impractical or obscure. But in truth, the Sophian path favors luminous fluidity over rigid institutionalism, seeing divine mystery not as an obstacle, but rather as an invitation. The Sophian Way contributes uniquely to the world, its spiritual landscape, as a catalyst for unity consciousness and collective healing. A witness to the sacredness of the earth, as well as an embodied spirit of planetary wisdom, sacred activism, and even metaphysical science. This is the rise of modern mysticism. Across continents and cultures, people are awakening. They feel disillusioned with rigid religious institutions, empty materialism, shallow individualism. Into this vacuum flows modern mysticism as an intuitive hunger for the sacred that is experiential, inclusive, soul-centered. The Sophian Way is part of this mystical resurgence. It does not ask for blind belief, but it looks to conscious embodiment through its practices, its sacred ritual, its ancestral veneration, its energy healing, and flame meditation. It speaks to a new generation of seekers who are spiritual but grounded, mystical but discerning. This rise is not isolated, it's global. From the favelas of Brazil to the temples of Bali to the online circles in Berlin to moonlit gatherings in Johannesburg, the call of Sophia echoes. Her flame kindles in the brokenhearted, in the disillusioned, in the visionary, and the rebellious. In a digital overload age where screens dominate and attention is commodified, humans are becoming more disconnected from themselves, from the earth, and from one another. Social media cultivates performative identity rather than inner knowing. News cycles manufacture fear rather than foster wisdom. The Sophian Way offers antidotes. Digital detox rites, periodic fasts from artificial frequencies and curated content, sacred attention training, breast-centered presence, mantra anchoring, and third eye focus. Soul-driven content creation, teaching that digital platforms can be used to transmit light, not just noise. In this way, the Sophian Way does not reject the digital world, but it retools it, reclaiming technology as a channel for true soul transmission. It also can serve as a spiritual response to a climate crisis. As climate change accelerates with rising seas, displaced populations, mass extinctions, the need for ecological spirituality has never been more urgent. The Sophian Way teaches that the earth is not simply a resource, it is a sacred organism. It is alive and it is ensouled. Sophian teachings include Gaian devotion, recognizing that earth is a conscious being with a soul matrix. Elemental invocation, it honors fire, water, air, and earth as teachers and allies. Planetary grieving rituals, it offers a sacred space for processing eco-grief and climate-related despair. Sacred stewardship, the community covenants to reduce harm and to walk in reciprocity. Sophian adherents see the ecological crisis not as a political or technological issue, but as a spiritual crisis of disconnection. And so this is an opportunity for social justice, for liberation, and the path of remembrance. The Sophian Way acknowledges systemic injustice, whether it be through racism, colonization, gender oppression, economic inequity. These are not just political distractions, but they're distortions of sacred inner being. To walk the Sophian path is to see clearly where harm has taken root and to actively participate in the healing. Remembrance is a Sophian pillar. It includes remembering who we are spiritually and historically. This means reclaiming erased memories and histories, elevating marginalized wisdom traditions, and empowering the voices of those that have been long silenced. The Sophian Way supports ancestral healing circles, ritual spaces for acknowledging the intergenerational wounds and getting back to our ancestors. Liberation theology fusion, which is meaning that you merge spiritual practice with grassroots justice. There's also a gender-inclusive priesthood. Leadership structures do not have to be one particular gender or another. It honors all gender identities. The Sophian ethics assert that there can be no true awakening without justice. There can be no ascension if it leaves others behind. Trauma healing and nervous system alchemy. In an age marked by collective trauma from war, from displacement to generational abuse, emotional suppression, the Sophian Way emerges as a path for soul-based trauma healing. It understands the nervous system not only as a biological mechanism, but as an energetic gatekeeper. Practices can include somatic light alchemy, combining breath, visualization, and touch to reset the body, its fear grid. Womb and solar plexus healing, restoring agency and self-trust after violation. Memory weaving rites. You have the soul regression, you have the rewriting of harmful mental loops. The Sophia's flame is tender and fierce. It does not bypass pain, it moves through it. It burns it clean and it transmutes it into wisdom that can be used. Its global reach is that its teachings have spread through the diaspora, through digital gatherings, through spontaneous revelation. While it has no centralized authority or institutional hierarchy, its community grows through resonance. Sacred texts such as the Sacred Sophian Testament, the Scroll of Radiance, the Book of Sophia, these can be translated into multiple languages. Centers of practice can emerge organically. Urban sanctuaries can exist in different places, like New York, London, Lagos. Ancestral circles can take place in indigenous communities, like Guatemala, Haiti, and the Philippines. Online temples where seekers can gather across time zones for ritual teaching and healing. Wherever people seek to remember their dignity, to serve the planet, Sophia walks among them. This can be an integration with interfaith. The Sophian Way does not position itself in competition with other faiths. Rather, it acts as a bridge between them. It honors the beauty of the Vedas, the Torah, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, the Gospel of Mary. Its practitioners come from mixed lineages, culturally, religiously, spiritually. It is partnered in interfaith justice panels, on sacred activism, mysticism conferences focused on shared transcendence, peace-building rituals with Sufis, Buddhists, Christians, First Nations elders. The Sophian Way asserts many rivers, one ocean, many tongues, one fire. There's education, there's mentorship, and leading to the next generation. For a path to last, it must plant seeds in young soil. The Sophian Way supports youth not with dogma, but with inquiry. Programs here can include Sophian Youth Circles, exploring energy, emotion, intuition, and ethics. Sacred Arts Mentorships, teaching intuitive art, music, dance, and storytelling as spiritual practice. Initiate rites of passage, helping adolescents transition consciously into adulthood. The future of the Sophian Way lies not in clinging to relics of the past, but in raising radiant humans who live in integrity with spirit and the earth. There are global critiques and internal reflections that take place as well. As with any spiritual path, the Sophian Way faces criticism. Some may see it as too mystical, some may see it as lacking structure, some may see it as rooted in subjective gnosis. Others fear its inclusivity as spiritually diluted or its pluralism as unmoored. Yet the Way invites these reflections. It's not afraid of criticism. It's a living tradition. It's always becoming. Practitioners are encouraged to engage in ethical reflections, regular reviews of power, privilege, and spiritual accountability, doctrinal evolution councils, community spaces to discern emerging revelations, a covenant of transparency, a collective commitment to humility, integrity, and light. Sophia is not threatened by critique. She embraces refinement. And so, what is the future of the Sophian Way? Looking ahead, the Sophian Way dreams of a planetary kinship that transcends ego and empire. It foresees eco-monastic villages, self-sustaining spiritual communities that are grounded in earth, honor, and ancestral memory. Sacred innovation hubs, fusing mysticism with AI ethics, neurotechnology, and silent healing. Global pilgrimage routes, interconnected paths of power sites, as well as sacred gatherings. Cosmic priesthoods, re-establishing planetary roles for healers, dreamers, and guides in service to collective awakening. The Sophian Way is truly not a religion, it is a remembrance. It is not a doctrine, it is a flame, and wherever that flame is tended with reverence, the Way lives on. In conclusion, in a world reeling from collapse and craving renewal, the Sophian Way emerges not with domination in mind, but with invitation. It is a way of justice and joy, ancestry and innovation, mystery and clarity. It does not belong to one nation, or one race, or one gender, or one text. It belongs to the luminous soul in every seeker ready to rise. As Sophia whispers to all who walk this earth, you were born for more than survival. You are here to remember. You are here to shine. In a time of fragmentation, it calls humanity back to wholeness, whispering, you are divine, you are remembered, you are becoming. So that's chapter 79 from the Sophian Way, which, as you may know, the book is about 530 pages. It's actually broken up into 4 different parts. The first part is known as the Sacred Sophian Testament, which talks a lot about what the faith is about. So that is actually 67 chapters that are in the Sacred Sophian Testament. The second part is the Sophian Way, which kind of explains more about how it works. And I just read you from part 2, I read you chapter 79, which is Crossroads. The third book within the Sacred Sophian Way is the Tomes of the Hidden Realms, which talks about dream walking, ancestral communion, interdimensional matters, and divine memory. And then the fourth book is The Inner Alchemy of Emotion. That picks up with chapter 86 and runs through chapter 102. So this is a very extensive book with a lot of information, a lot of knowledge in it. I definitely would appreciate if you check it out on Amazon. And on that note, my collective, please walk bravely, walk boldly, walk with fire and light, and be your truest authentic self. Take care. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you.